All right, good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Stephanie Allen, and I am the Assistant Director within the Division of Professional Studies. I want to formally welcome you to the UMBC Virtual Open House at Shady Grove. Welcome again, and without further ado, I introduce you to the Graduate Program Director, Dr. Ergen Simsak.
Thanks so much, Stephanie. Hi, everyone. This is Ergen. So I'm the Graduate Program Director. Now today we have a small audience, so I'm going to make this presentation as short as possible. Then if you have questions, then we can chat at the end all together. Okay. Also here, like you see, a photograph of our beautiful Shady Grove campus. And actually right now we have the fourth and new building. It is really fancy. So you will see what's going on in both campuses. So this is on the left you can see my email address, simsak@umbc.edu. Normally I'm at the main campus, but this whole semester I will be at the Shady Grove campus on Tuesdays, Tuesday mornings especially. So if you have a question, please come and see me. And for our Shady Grove program, the administrative contact would be Karina Jenkins. So this is quite a long email address, but Shady Grove, SG, professional programs at umbc.edu is her email address. So if you have questions regarding academic matters, please shoot me an email for administrative questions, regarding application procedure, for example, you can email Karina. So as you know, our main campus is close to, Baltimore, and on our satellite campus is at the Shady Grove area. Very close to Rockville downtown, but we basically offer same set of core courses at both campuses. And in the beginning, let me tell you, if you can, you can always come to the main campus and take some other courses that we offer at the main campus, but not at the Shady Grove campus. Of course, since you are here, you already know the answer. But data science is basically gathering insight from, generally speaking, large and complex data sets using some statistics and some machine learning algorithms, right? And right now, actually in the past 5 to 10 years, data science has become extremely hot subject, and there are basically 4 reasons behind that. The first one is on the bottom left. You can see a chart. It represents the amount of data we are generating. And it is basically exponentially increasing, right? Because of our, all those devices that we use, like smartphones or tablets, or all the apps that you are using right now. Even though you give them a permit or not, they collect some data, right? The other reason is storage. Storing data is extremely cheap. On the top right, you see a big capacitor made by IBM in 1950s. They were selling this guy for $50,000, and it can hold on 5 megabytes of data, right? But now if you go to Amazon.com, you can buy a USB stick for $60 or even less. And the third reason is right now we have these bad boys like GPUs and TPUs. So these are specifically created for matrix operations. So compared to CPUs, regular computing units, so these are much more efficient and fast for doing neural network type of analysis, because again, they are specifically created for matrix operations. And the fourth reason right now data science is very popular is, very all over the place, is that the field of data science community is very welcoming. It doesn't matter what your background is. You could have studied computer science or music. It doesn't matter. There's a place for you, and people are really they share everything that they can. In my own field, for example, computational electromagnetics, whenever we develop a code, we were just keeping it for ourselves. But in data science, that's not the culture. People are sharing their codes through GitHub or other resources. So it's a very, very welcoming and sharing community. Our graduates are doing really great. Before this meeting has started, I just emailed and I received an email from one of our students saying that hey, I just received a job offer from Amazon, so I have to finish as soon as possible. Meaning I have to finish at the end of summer. But I told him summer semester registration is over, so you have to in the fall you will be working for them, but you will be also taking the classes. So our graduates are really doing great, both in terms of finding a job, but also in terms of the salary. And like if you, for example, on the right, like there's a survey which was asked to like 6,000 data scientists, and the question is like, how often do you get contacted by like headhunters for new job opportunities, either via LinkedIn or through personal emails? And like 50% of them says at least once a week I received an inquiry. Right? So it is happening to our students, but it's also happening to our faculty members. One of them was actually Murat. He was supposed to be here tonight, but he received a great offer from a nice company, and he just left us. So that is, the reality. All right. Like in our program, like it's very straightforward. So if you are here for the certificate degree, it's very simple. You just need to take 4 courses from 601 to 604, right? 601 to 604. If you are here for the master's degree, in addition to those 4 courses, you are supposed to take 3 fixed courses, which are data ethics 605, capstone 606, and we have this engineering management class 652. So like 7 courses plus 3 elective courses, then you will be able to get your master's degree. Our domestic students, generally, they take 2 courses per semester, and they finish in 4 or 5 semesters, because we also offer courses in the summer. Our international students, they generally finish our program in almost like a year, because I should say maybe like 15 months. Like fall semester, spring semester, and another fall semester, they take 3 courses, and when they take 1 course in the summer, then they are good to go. But you have to be careful. Like our program is a Master of Professional Studies program, not a MS program. So MS means Master of Science. Ours is Master of Professional Studies, and there are really big differences. So on the right, you see something like a chart. The x-axis is theory, the y-axis is application, and our position is on the upper left. So meaning that, of course, we provide a little bit of theory, but our real focus is application and the tools of data science. So our main objective is getting you prepared for industry at the end of 4 or 5 semesters. And based on our records, we can tell you that we really achieve that. On the other hand, MS in computer science, they try to they try to train people so that those people can develop next generation of machine learning or deep learning algorithms. Okay, so like these are again very 2 different programs. Hopefully, like your main focus is the applications of data science, and you're at the right place. And also in terms of admission requirements, like our program is open to everyone. But most of the time, MS in computer science, they require an undergraduate degree in computer science. Our courses are offered in the evenings and online, and our courses are taught by industry professionals. Like the people who will be teaching you, actually, they have like a daytime job as like a data scientist or like a data engineer or something like that. But in the evenings, they come to our campus and they share their experience with our students. So our students, like, they don't need to write like a thesis, but we have a capstone project, and like if you join us, like you will learn more about capstone project. So there is one interesting data on the bottom left. It says like the title is like distribution of data scientists and predictive analytics professionals by education, and if you look at the middle part, so like 65% of the people in the field of predictive analytics and almost 50% of the people in the field of data science, they have a master's degree. Okay, so that's the reality. Most of the time, like if you're not going to work for like Google or Facebook to develop machine learning algorithms, like you don't need a PhD. A master's would be definitely enough. So I said like you will need to take 3 elective courses. At the main campus, we have different options, but at the Shady Grove campus, we have basically 3 options. You can take graduate courses, elective courses. So one of them is cybersecurity. Another one is like management science, and the third one is like project management. Okay, so these are all taught at the Shady Grove campus, and you can take 3 courses from those areas to get your master's degree. We have this agreement with NIH, so you can take online courses from NIH, and you can get your master's degree in data science with a focus on bioinformatics. We also have this like new initiative with the Institute of Aging. So their program is fully online. You can also select 3 courses from their program to get your MPS degree. If you are willing to come to main campus, we have some additional pathways. You can take electives. So these are like health IT, public policy. We have advanced computing offered by the CS program, advanced analysis offered by the IS program, and economics. So the last 3 programs, actually, they require a specific undergraduate degree in those particular areas, right? Like, for example, advanced computing require an undergraduate degree in CS. So if it is not the case, I'm sorry, but you cannot take advanced courses from the CS department, like natural language processing. But don't worry, we have our own natural language processing class. By the way, note that like when we say you need to choose a pathway, actually, you can also mix and match, meaning that you can take 1 course from management science, then you can take 2 online courses from the health IT department. That's also possible. So like you don't have to take all the 3 courses from the same pathway. But our general recommendation is actually getting 3 courses from the same pathway. Why? Because then you can go to an employer and you can tell them, hey, look, I got my master's degree in data science, but I took 3 courses, graduate courses on like cybersecurity, for example. So I also have like a deep knowledge on that subject. Let me first go to here. We have this additional option, but these are only available for these 2 pathways, okay? So if you are interested in cybersecurity, and if you take these 3 courses, you will be also eligible to get a certificate in cybersecurity, okay? But again, you have to take these 3 courses, Cyber 620, Cyber 650, and Cyber 658. Similarly, if you're interested in project management, then you need to take these 3 courses, like 650, 661, and 663. So if you do that, and if you apply for the certificate, then you will be able to get your certificate at the end of completing these courses. So we have some additional courses. Some of them are online, some of them are at the main campus. Like we group them, like, for example, like the first group is foundational data science courses. And these are the courses that we create for our students. For example, like they have taken a course on statistics like 15 years ago, right now they don't remember much. So they can take this data 690 class, statistical analysis and visualization with Python, to refresh their memory or knowledge on statistics, but they also learn, they get a really good introduction to Python. So the first class I mentioned here, it is created for very, very beginners. You don't have to be a good programmer. If that is the case, then please start with the first class. The second class that's an online class, data structures and algorithms in Python. So we recommend this class to people who know programming in one specific language, but not in Python. Okay, so this is more like intermediate to advanced Python programming. The first one is like basic Python plus statistics. We also have some additional courses like application of data science. We also have some advanced data science courses like modern practical deep learning or introduction to NLP. But note that these advanced data sciences courses right now only offered at the main campus. And also, you have to finish Data 602 in order to get those 3, either of these 3 advanced data science courses. We have really great faculty. We have so many faculty members. They are, they have great education. They also have great experience. Some of them right now work for really cool companies like Google, NVIDIA, Databricks, Amazon. So again, like when you join us, you will see that we have a great group of faculty members teaching not only based on their extensive experience, but also teaching by heart. Okay, they really care about the success of our students. Here you see a couple of pictures. So on the left we have Patty. She's unbelievable. Right now she teaches AI class. So we have 25 of these robots, and they teach these robots to do cool stuff like computer vision. Another instructor of ours, Professor Givre, he has his own book, and he has his company on data management, and he's a true expert. Darren Johnson, right now he's the senior staff data scientist at Infoblox. Tony Diana, he's another star. He works at FAA, and his subject is like next generation programming or platforms and computing platforms. Again, like we have so many great people. Like Don Goa works at Databricks. Abdullah has, he's a principal data scientist and a whole, so he has a very cool book on financial data science. You can learn about our students. Like we have this blog, gridinaction.umbc.edu. If you, for example, click this link, you will see what happened to our graduates last year. Like what kind of companies are they working right now. On the right, you see Jessica. Jessica studied psychology before she joined us. And then she got her master's degree from us. And right now she is a data scientist at McCormick. Right? This gentleman on the bottom left is Nick. And he was able to get a 56% of salary increase at the end of his first semester. He just went to his boss and he told him, look, I'm going to become a data scientist. And he did a really good job in terms of bargaining, and he got a really nice salary increase. So there are a couple of things I just want to emphasize right away. These are the questions we frequently receive. So is our program STEM? Yes, it's a STEM program, meaning that if you're an international student, after graduation, you can get your extended OPT. So another question, whether we require GRE or not? No, we don't require GRE. Can I take courses from different pathways? Yes, you can definitely take courses from different pathways. So can I take courses from the main campus? If you're a Shady Grove student, yes, you can definitely do that. Do we have assistantships or scholarships? So as a data science program, we don't have specific assistantships or scholarships, but we have some opportunities which are available at UMBC Works. UMBC Works. So once you get your UMBC email address, you can just log in and check for openings. And do we help with finding internships? The answer is yes or no. It is yes. For example, this morning I received an email from a company on the West Coast, but they were looking for people like data analysts who are very familiar with machine learning and Python programming. And working remote was an option, so they sent me an email that I shared that email with our students. And so this happens on a regular basis. And we also have this career center. They are really great. They help with many different things. They can first help you with making your resume beautiful and professional. And then they also organize mock interviews. And the third one is they organize really big events. They bring all those big companies, in the greater DC, Maryland, Virginia area. And then, they provide a platform, a place to, for you to introduce yourself to those companies. So another question, this is from basically application perspective. What if, because in our admission requirements, we require GPA of 3.0, coursework on, linear algebra, statistics, and programming, right? So if you haven't taken a course on statistics, that's fine. You can, there are multiple options. Option number one, you can take that class at a, community college or something, then you can join us. Option number two, you can take online courses. There are a bunch of them. For example, the second one, edX.org, Fundamentals of Statistics. It teaches all the basics that you will need as a data scientist. And the third option is we have some foundational courses. So we don't have all of them all the time, but some of them. For example, in the fall semester, we have a course on Python programming. We have a course on statistics. So you can also mention in your statement of purpose saying that, hey, I don't have a course on, or I don't have programming experience, but I am willing to take this class of yours on Python programming. So then that will be fine. And as I told you before, we don't require thesis, but there is a capstone project. Okay. All right. So the admission part of our talk. So our deadline is August 1st for domestic students, but if you're an international student, I'm sorry, the application already has passed. The deadline has passed. It was, I believe, May 1st, right? For international students, we also require English proficiency. So if you have taken TOEFL, it has to be, the score has to be about 90. IELTS has to be like 6.5 or higher. Pearson test, 61 or higher. And for Duolingo, it has to be 115 or higher. And also note that these scores must be less than 2 years old. If they're old, then I'm sorry, but you might have to retake one of those exams. So in our application, like we require you to submit your resume, your transcript or transcripts if you have more than 1 degree, a statement of purpose, and for international students, we also require ELC, like English Proficiency Score, and 2 reference letters. So you might wonder like why we are asking reference letters for our international students, but not for the domestic ones. Because if there are some international schools, we really don't know much about them. So those reference letters are the key for us to know more about you, your background, your school, etc. There is also a $50 application fee, but just wait for the last slide. So we will give you a code so that you will not need to pay for that amount to submit your application. So in your resume, please provide all the main details. So it doesn't have to be 5 pages long. Like even 1 page is fine. And actually, like I have a short story about it. This semester, 4 of our graduates, they were able to find jobs, very cool jobs at Amazon. So I told them like, could you please send me your resume? So they all did. And interestingly, all of them had just 1 page of resume. Okay, just 1 page, like name, address, phone number, email address, a link to their LinkedIn account, and a GitHub account. Okay, then education, which includes GPA, basic coursework. Then a couple of, if they have some experience, it could be either internship or full-time job. Then their experience. Then their skills, right? So like they write, okay, I'm a Python programming in machine learning. I am familiar with this type of modules like NumPy, SciPy, Matplotlib, etc. And then at the end, they also provide some basic information about their capstone project. That's it. That was really good to go. So you should do the same. Again, when you join us, like we will talk about them a lot, how to write a successful resume. So in your statement of purpose, like we want to learn about you, right? Your background, why you are interested in data science, why you are interested in UMBC. But you don't need to say anything great about UMBC. We know we are doing a good job. So just tell us why do you think UMBC is the right place to study data science. And also, please discuss how you meet the requirements, right? But maybe in your transcript, there's not a course on programming, but maybe you are doing programming in your current job for the past 3 years, right? So you can explain them. And also you can explain the gaps, right? It could be related to family issues. It could be related to some like international matters. But if there's a gap, please briefly explain why you have a gap in your resume. All right. So I have to mention this. So we have this official website like datascience.umbc.edu. So this website always has the most accurate information. Okay. But we have additional website, another website, extra website, dil.umbc.edu. Okay. So we have to change the email address here. So I bet all the questions that you have, and we have answers to those questions on this website. Like, for example, what courses should I take in my first semester? It is there. Like, how can I register for a course from another department? It is there. Okay, so please bookmark this webpage, like dil.umbc.edu. And all the dynamic information, like list of courses, list of graduate tutors, anything like changing on a constant basis, we provide those information on our website. For example, today I just went to our service and I updated the list of faculty members. Okay. Again, like if you have academic questions, please shoot me an email, simsec@umbc.edu. For administrative questions, you can use SG, like Shady Grove, professional programs at umbc.edu. And for your application, please use this waiver code. It says like use the special populations code DPS 2022 to waive that $50 fee. Okay, I believe that is all. So if you have questions, please just unmute yourself And actually, you can turn on your video, then we can see each other's face, then we can just chat. But thanks so much for attending.
And Dr. Simcik, before we formally open up for questions, I would like to add, because I know that we have some potential applicants for the spring 2023 semester. So when Dr. Simcik gave you the deadlines, that again was for fall. For our spring application semester for domestic applicants, the deadline, is December 1. And for international students, the deadline is October 1st. So if you're interested in the spring 2023, that application is actually online and open now. Thank you.
All right, anybody with a question, please just unmute yourself and ask it. Don't be shy. I'm here to answer your questions.
Hi, Dr. Simcik. I have a question.
Good, go ahead, please.
So I had applied to UMBC as an undergraduate student, but I chose not to attend. And in the admissions application, there's a question that asks about your most recent affiliation with UMBC, and there's an option of applied previously. Would this qualify even though it wasn't a graduate admissions?
I don't know. Stephanie, do you think this is important?
I think it is. And the reason that it would be is when you actually apply, you are given an identified number. And so what UMBC would like to do is just go and cross-reference that number and attach it. And they would edit for any kind of updated materials that you may submit. But they would want to make sure, because anytime we run any kind of programs, run any kind of reports and whatnot, they would see your name as a possible duplicate. So again, in order to answer this question, please, yes, check that box, and then our graduate admission office would know how to cross-reference both of your applications.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right, another question?
Yes, it says the waiver code that you have provided is valid for spring 23 as well. While we have not formally received the waiver code, and when I say receive, it's not through our division in our program. We receive that from the graduate school. However, historically, it is usually DPS with the actual year. So right now it would be DPS 2023. So if you are applying for spring 2023, please attempt the DPS 2023 in the special populations field. If you find that there's an error, you can please contact the graduate school directly, and they should be able to assist you.
So let me ask myself a question. What is the official programming language of the program? It is Python. Okay, we teach everything in Python. So if you are interested in R or another language, then there are a couple of options, but we have to discuss. All right, if there's no more question, we can conclude.
This is Aradna again. So have you ever heard of Code Academy?
Like maybe I saw it on on internet, but I never use it. So yeah,
okay.
That's it.
So I'm currently doing a course on Code Academy, a Python course actually. So they have like 1, 2, and 3, and so I'm doing Python 3. So I was wondering if that would qualify as the professional experience equivalent to a basic programming course, because you do finish with a certificate. But would there be some sort of maybe quiz or test that would?
No, like we believe in our students. If they say I know basics Python, then we say okay, that's fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like that should be fine. Just mention that you are at level 3 at Python programming by Code Academy. That's fine.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And also, like in the beginning of our Data 601 class, we give a Python quiz to our students, and we need to make sure that everyone is at the same level. If there isn't, then we do some extra stuff. You will see. All right, Beza, Florence, Sai, no question?
Hi, I actually did have a question. It was about the prereq courses. You were talking about statistics. I had done my undergraduate degree with UMBC, but I took a statistics with biological applications. Would that course still qualify to meet the prerequisite, or is there specific statistics?
What is the code of that class?
I think it's Stat 350.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. 350
Okay.
is fine. Yeah.
Perfect. Just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Thanks so much everybody for attending. Hopefully you will submit your application before the deadline. Then we will see you at our Shady Grove campus in the fall 2022. Okay. Good night. Thank you.